and he was like, bro, every creative person's like gone through this. Like, you just need to fucking do it. Like, you just need to sit down and do it, because there's always going to be an excuse to not do it.
What's up, gamers? This is AgCast.
Jesus.
You already know.
You start that right now.
No, we're not restarting. Let's go.
What is it? Episode 5?
Oh,
Episode 5.
Yeah,
Yeah, episode 5. Woo.
that was a close one.
I think
Nice
now
save.
it's officially been a month. I think we were a week off.
No, because we did 4 episodes.
But like a month's not
once
exactly.
a week.
Anyways.
Let's
I'm
continue.
sorry. Alright.
So it's been a month,
Yeah.
maybe, and we're gonna talk about what we did real quick for over this week. Sean,
Yeah.
I think you
Yeah,
wanna-
so we went back to the Branson mansions again, but we like actually filmed stuff for a video. We went in the daytime. So we got like really cool like cinematic shots and just like vlog style shots. So video should be coming out soon. It was super cool. But yeah, we went back. Hypothetically, we went
Yeah.
back.
Dude.
And hypothetically,
Dude.
we
Stop.
filmed cinematic
Stop with the
scenes.
hypotheticals.
But it was like hypothetically, like we,
Yeah.
you know,
I
like
hate
hypothetically, we were there.
like
we
in a
would've
parallel
filmed.
universe, we went there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But this isn't that parallel universe.
this is
Yeah.
now. So
Yeah,
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Judge
we
is
have-
working on that video.
yeah. I've
That's
started.
gonna.
It's going very
Hey,
well.
when's that gonna be out, JoJo?
I actually don't know. I can't say.
we won't
Alright.
have a date for the video. I think we're just gonna like in a day in advance post it whenever, because we kind
Yeah.
of don't have a schedule for our videos. So it will for sure not be a Friday, but any other day of the week it'll come out.
Yeah.
So, but we've also gained a lot of subscribers.
Yeah, so if you're new, welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for
Welcome to
the
the
support.
channel.
Like all of our videos have kind of gone up in views, and we've gotten a lot of
Yep.
feedback from people that actually like care and are listening. So
Oh yeah, I really appreciate, like, I know Sean's gotten a lot of like direct messages. I don't know about JoJo. I've gotten a few of
Yeah, I've
nobody
gotten
wants to
so
talk to
many.
JoJo.
Yeah.
Like, it's just cool to see like a lot of people just actually watching like the full thing. So like if you've made it this far, that's cool. Thanks. Keep watching.
But let's see how
Yeah.
long have you been? Oh, I think if you're still watching,
Yeah.
you beat our average view time.
Yeah, if
Yeah. Shout out.
yeah. So like,
But-
it's really nice having like people actually like, you know, commenting and then like sending us feedback of like, you know, what we can do better, what we can change and what they like. So really
Mhm.
enjoying that from you guys.
So just a little thank you for that, for a month in. A little thank
Yeah.
you for all the support. Hopefully we'll keep going. But today is very special, boys. Today,
First guest. I
first
stole it.
guest
Spoiled
on
it.
the
You spoiled
podcast.
it. I was making
Yeah.
this long build
He
up.
couldn't. He was getting hard and had to say
Yeah.
it right. Like God,
I mean, I was too, but like I like the foreplay a little bit.
we got
Okay,
our
yeah.
first guest, and I'm super excited because I've only known this kid for a little bit. I say kid, he's older than
Kid.
me, but
Yeah.
I absolutely love hanging out with him and talking to him. He's super cool, super good personality, super good guy. So I would like to welcome Joel Mefford to the podcast.
Hello,
There
friend.
he is.
Welcome.
There he is.
Thank you. Thank you
That
for
place
having
sounded garbage on the video, by the way. Us clapping.
Probably, but
yeah, probably
screw
shouldn't
it.
clap again.
But
He,
this
he
is Joel.
deserves a round of applause. Yeah.
me. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Joel needs
I
a
can like
clap.
edit in like people clapping.
Oh yeah,
There you go. Yeah.
Everybody knows you're not going to do that though. So
Yeah.
Sheesh. Anyways, Joel here is a huge film star, an amazing film, won countless awards. I couldn't even list
countless.
off. Like I can't even think out of the top of my head. This man is a
Joel,
genius.
Didn't you win the DoorDash Film Awards? You won that,
What?
right? Or were you close? Were you like second place?
Oh yeah, second place, bro.
Yeah.
Just so
Oh, that's
close. So
insane.
close.
Rob.
Yeah.
Literally, it was rigged.
Yeah.
It was rigged.
It was
We all
rigged.
know.
It was
yeah.
rigged.
Yeah.
But all right, Joel, welcome on. Go ahead and introduce
you.
yourself a little bit to the viewers.
Hello, my name is Joel. I'm 26 and I've achieved nothing in my life, but we're out here
That
making
award.
movies every year at this film competition here in the good old Ozarks. So
What is
What's
this
that-
film
what's that
competition called?
It is called SATO48, and it's a local film competition. It's been going on for, I want to say maybe around 20 years now, and it's kind of based around the idea of you have 48 hours to write and shoot and edit a 5-minute movie, which might sound easier, but it really is really hard. So yeah, then you have to do like the sound of the music, everything. So
do they give you like the topics? Is everybody doing the same like topic or something, or is it just
No,
like
so-
kind of
so they have-
free reign?
they have rules every year. So like a couple years ago, there was a rule where it was, you have to have a object made of glass or wood that has to have like special significance to the main character. A year before that, you had to say Mesopotamia twice in 2 separate scenes. Years past, yeah. In years past, they've done props, but then as more people got, like, you have to like use a prop. But as more and more people start doing this, like they have people around the world that participate in this. So as more and more people have started doing that, they can't really make it fair because we all open up the inspiration package at the same time. And so no one has like a head start. And from the moment that we open the inspiration package, go through it together, 48 hours starts then, and you have to either have it physically to them in that 48 hours, or you have to upload it and like send it to them in that 48 hours. So, yeah.
So what is
challenging.
what is your like
Mhm.
main, like, since you only have 48 hours, how do you guys like attack it? Like, what takes up the most time when you guys are making your movie?
Writing.
Every year we get better,
no.
but time management it's always against you, because it starts in like an afternoon, so you have that night, you have all day like Saturday, and then you have to do it by Sunday afternoon. So kind of getting the timing of the scenes right, as far as like, okay, we need to shoot this night, we need to shoot this day, and trying to get that script nailed down before we kind of get to the last day. And then we have to have, like, if we're filming and on like anybody else's property, you have to have, like a waiver signed by whoever owns it. And so it's kind of getting all that stuff figured out initially, trying to see what we're doing, like the direction of the story, what kind of genre we're going to go for. And also using those rules, because like, it's usually like 3 rules that they give us, and just kind of like seeing what's going to fit,
Mhm.
and we can sit, and we usually we sit and we go out to dinner like right after, and we'll sit there for like an hour or two and just talk about ideas, kind of get some initial thoughts out there, and then right after that is when we start filming, and we just kind of go from there, and we kind of just keep going all 48 hours. We usually get a few hours of sleep each, but it takes so long, to do all this stuff. It takes so long to edit, do sound right, try to find either write some of our own music or just find like the right royalty free stuff online,
Which is hard, by the
yeah.
way.
It is.
That's
Yeah,
impossible.
we went through that trying to do like our intro music for our podcast. Like,
Mhm.
it's really hard to find
Yeah.
free music.
Now you actually it's not just you. Like, you have a team
Correct.
that you do. It's the same
Mhm.
people like every year.
Yeah, there's been a couple, like, have done it our first, second year. This year it's going to be 2 of my best friends, or 3 of my best friends. My friends Bryce, Taj, and Drew, and then I think maybe one other person's going to do it with us. But yeah, the core group has really stayed together. Me and my 2 best friends, Bryce and Taj, and then we kind of have some supporters here and there every year.
Yeah.
But
Someone
but
helps
yeah.
you out.
Yeah. So
What's the name of the group?
it's been different. The first 2 years we just came up with a dumb name, Bad Sloth Productions.
That's so before you came on, Sean, I was asking Sean to send like some of your stuff over so I could kind of like familiarize myself.
Mhm.
And so I found your guys' YouTube. You had 2 videos uploaded. And
Yes.
they're funny, like little shorts. Like, I thought it was like gonna be like a serious like tone. Both it was like a Pokemon Go type skit, and then you also had
first. Yeah, that was our first
one?
video that we just. It wasn't for Sato. It was just
okay.
at the height of the Pokemon Go craze.
Yeah.
We just made a dumb video, We got the cops called on us 2 or 3 times because I was laying dead in the street. I mean, dead in the street, and people called. They called 911 and said there's a dead guy in the street.
No way.
And I'm not kidding. And
This
it was
man's
like right.
this good at acting. He's getting the cops called on him
He's
for
this
being
good.
good in this street. I'm telling you,
Okay.
countless awards out here.
That's amazing.
I was not there for the second one, the Smoking Kills video, but that's one of the funniest things I've ever
That
seen
is
in my
that
life.
Yeah, the
video.
Smoking
I'm
Kills
telling
is
you
fun.
right now, the Smoking Kills video is amazing, and I've
Mhm.
watched that on repeat multiple times. It's so funny, so good.
So I watched those 2 videos. I'm like, these are funny. Like he puts like a comedy twist on these, and then Sean sends another one. And I think it's on the SATO's website. It was like a really serious one about like death and
Versatility, man.
Yeah. And so like I was waiting for the joke the entire time.
Yeah.
I thought all these were gonna be like comedy related. So I'm like, all right, this is progressively like just getting more serious and more sad. Never was the joke, but
yeah. So our first year, this was like maybe 2017 was our first year doing it, and we kind of did like a creepy mystery type thing. Our second year we did, it's kind of like a sad love story. And I'm so proud of that year. And then our third year we did like a horror movie. And sadly that is not online anywhere. Maybe we'll release the director's cut. We actually did not finish it in time. So we never uploaded that to anything. So it was never technically officially like, in Sato's catalog, unfortunately.
Hashtag
That's
release the Joel cut.
Yeah, that's right. And then last year, I was actually not here in town. And so I wasn't able to do it, but my friends, they both made their own individual ones with the people they were like quarantining with. So
how did quarantine change that? Like, that's what I was going to ask. Like,
so I think I'm not super privy to all the rules, but I think you can only film it like in one location. Like if you're like inside your house, like that's where you film it.
That's really cool, actually.
And so it like stretched, people's like creative ability to kind of craft a story and not rely on like, like cool landscape shots and like let me show off how expensive my camera is. And just really kind of having like a, it felt like a lot of them felt just like really claustrophobic because it was just one house, or they may like maybe in their yard or something like that. So I think the rules, like you had to do it like with the people you were quarantining with. You can't just like get your whole team from years past together.
So are they going to keep that same rule this year, or are they more lax now? Are they going to let you like kind of go back to how you used to do it?
They're letting you go back to the way it was before the Rona.
The way it was before, yeah.
So how'd you guys get started with this? Like, did somebody find out about it and they're like, let's do it? Or was it just like...
I honestly couldn't tell you. I think it was just one of us. I don't know if a friend told us or what, but because I know we had some friends that did like film at MSU. And so I think it's like part of the curriculum in some classes to actually do a SATO48 film. And so I think we just kind of learned about it through some friends. And then we decided, we all love movies. Like we all actually met. Like I met a couple of them in high school, but we all like kind of crafted things together at the movie theater we all used to work at. Shout out Springfield 11. And that's where we would literally talk about movies all the time. We'd go see a movie and then we'd sit in the theater for an hour, 2 hours afterwards, just kind of like thinking up scenes and thinking up, if it was like a scary movie, thinking of creepy things to do and things like that. So that's kind of where all of our ideas, like we kind of all started talking about that. And then now every year we do this film competition and it's awesome, man. I love it.
That's cool.
How did we affect like work? Do you just take off? Or is it on a weekend?
Yeah, so it always starts like on a Friday and ends on Sunday. So you always have to ask off from work and because when we started, we all used to work at the movie theater, and so obviously like the weekend was the busiest time, and so we just had to take off work for it because like you can't really afford to have, when we have like a small crew like we do, we can't really afford to lose someone for 8 or 9 hours at a time, or even like 5 hours one day and like 5 hours the next day. We can't really afford to do that. Because we act and we direct and we have to hold the lights and hold the mics and like everything like that. So we can't really afford to be down with such like a small crew that we have.
Yeah.
Whenever you started off, did you like go in like with like a professional camera or something, or did you like an iPhone? Because I know like whenever we film, like we're not professionals at all. Like
no, we don't
using
have
our iPhones.
Well, it's like an amateur film competition. So if you get paid, like you cannot enter in. So none of us have like, we don't have like a $10,000 camera.
Yeah.
Like that. So I think the first year my friend Bryce had a camera, and then we thought we'd challenge ourselves and do like use iPhone. I think the next 2 years we used iPhone. So
oh, nice.
Really?
So yeah, actually maybe we just did iPhone the third year. I don't really remember, to be honest, but yeah.
I mean, iPhones now are like
the camera
they're good. Like it's pretty nice.
And
but
they have like lens attachments and things like that.
They do.
Obviously they have
they do.
Like vlogging kits where you can hold it up and things like that. So
there's lens attachments for the iPhone.
Yeah, there's like fish and like wide angle and stuff.
Yeah, I know there's a fishbowl because all the skaters be using the fish fucking lens every time they film anything.
The only reason I knew about it was because my brother, Steezy.
With the fishbowl camera.
Yeah. Fish eye. It's not
fish eye.
Fishbowl.
Fishbowl. That's what you sound like when you have a shitty mic. That's my bad.
Yeah.
Got my fishes mixed up. So how do the awards go? Like when you get there, there's like set judges, I'm assuming, and then they judge everybody's film?
I'm not even sure who all those judges are. I know like so once you submit the film, like as long as you submit it in time, that's when it's up for consideration for the awards. So I think how it works is you can kind of nominate your own stuff. So like if I really thought that, Bryce did a great job directing, we can nominate Bryce for that award. But at the end of the day, there's a panel of judges and they'll select the top 10 or the top 5 in each category. And then they announce the winner at the award ceremony that they have. It's usually like a month-ish, 3-4 weeks later. And they've had that at the Galois in the past. And that's when they announce, like the top 10 of each award, and then they pick the winner. And yeah, that's chosen by like a panel of judges. And they do have like an audience choice award. So when you go to the Moxie, and that's where they screen all of the films, they do like groups of like 9 or 10 films, because there's usually like over 100 entries. So you're going against a lot of talent, a lot of different kinds of movies, a lot of different genres. So yeah, then they just, they show them at the Moxie, and there's like an audience choice award. And, if you go, you can vote for whatever film you thought was the best out of that group. And that's how they kind of pick the audience choice award. But everything else, it's my understanding, is picked by a panel. And there's some like sponsored awards. Like there's like one award that is like best use of a pet or something like that. And I think
sponsored by Petco.
Yeah, something like that. And then you get like, I don't know, free pet food or something. I don't know. But some of them have cash prizes, and they'll have like trophies and things, and those bragging rights. So
yeah. So, you said the awards, is that going to be in Springfield this year?
Yeah. I assume they'll do it in person. Like I said, they've traditionally done it at the Globes.
So are you guys going to be there this year for it, like to watch the awards, or do you guys not do that?
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't do awards last year. We've gone the other years to the awards ceremonies. So even if we don't win, it's fun because like you're not allowed to you're not allowed to show your film or upload your film to YouTube or anything until the last time it's shown at the Moxie. Because they usually show, I think, like 2 or 3 times they show everybody's film. So you're seeing a lot of those films for the first time at the award ceremony. So yeah, you get to, like I said, you get to see everybody's film and see, like, they'll play whoever the winner is. So whoever won like best director, they'll show that one. Whoever won like best lead actor, they show that one. So you get to see some of the like the best films of the year. So it's really fun to go out, and it's fun to, like, dress up and
yeah. So I was gonna ask, how formal is it when you go? Like, are you suit and tie, like looking Oscar?
I mean,
out
like
there?
the Oscars, yeah.
No, it's not Oscar, but I mean, at the same time, there's a lot of people that are there, and they wear dresses, and I think I wore like just like a button-down shirt and tie and like slacks or whatever when I go. But yeah, I mean, some people, it's like super formal to them. Like, I think like the judges and everyone does like the like awards on stages and like a suit and things like that. Yeah, I mean, there's like a red carpet and you can get your picture taken and things like that. And there's like an after party and things.
So
it's
can
fun.
outsiders like come and like, could we per se, like, if we wanted to go to like support
if we
you
don't
and
have
watch
a
your
film,
if we don't have a film
Yeah.
entered in,
yeah,
can we like
watch.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you probably have to pay to get in, but like we can go in
I
and
think
like
so. Yeah, I think each group. No, I think you don't have to pay to get into the award ceremony. Because I think
What
each
about that
group you
after
get.
party?
The after party might be by invite only. We've actually
Yeah,
not gone.
no.
We've been invited.
yeah.
Not to flex. Not to flex or anything.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like,
we got the
just
invite,
like,
but we said
it's just like, have a chance to network with all the other filmmakers and not throwing shade at anybody, but like, I don't really feel the need to go network. I just rather go hang out with the people that we made the movie with and with the squad.
The squad, yeah.
There you go.
So I was gonna ask, like, another question I had, the networking part of it. Could you actually like get recognition from doing this like competition? Like, I don't know really that much about film, but like scouting, I guess, like in sports, could they like scout you out from this like film competition and be like, hey, these kids like have a ton of talent, let's take them?
I guess so. We've never been approached, but but yeah, I mean, this is like something that people can put on their like resume, like going to film school and things like that. Like that. I mean, a lot of people take this really seriously, like as like a real competition. They try to win the awards and like be their best. And I mean, we do too. It's just that I'm not like, I mean, we take it seriously, but at the same time, we're not out here like, yelling at each other about this or that. Because at the end of the day, we do this, yes, because it's a good time to like be creative and get together, but we also just have tons and tons of fun, and we spend, literally 2 whole days together on very little sleep, and we make some awesome memories. So
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any like official professional people there necessarily, but at the same time, like I said, it's like every year there's more and more like different states that do, people in different states, more and more different countries that do it. So I think like every year just gains popularity and more people want to come out and show what they got and have some fun. So
I was assuming because like the professionals, like you say, they got to be like looking at this at least, if it's like if it's even decently big, like, because they might be able to find that pot of gold, somebody they can pick up and make like agents per se, I guess is how that works. They can like come up and scoop you up.
Yeah, I mean, one of the awards is like Prime. I think it's called the Prime for Development Award, and I think part of the prize package is you having access to like a studio, you having access to like winning gift certificates to buy more equipment, and you can kind of continue on. So whether you want to make like a web series or make it into a feature-length film or something like that, that award and the prize package along with that award allows you to kind of do that if that's what you choose to do. So
wow,
there's some really cool prizes. Yeah.
So have you always been into film, or did it like start when you started working at the theater, like you said?
I guess I've always liked movies, but until, I don't know if it was when I started working at the theater or what it was, but I guess just as I got older, I started really connecting with film as like, my preferred method of art, I guess. And I love music and things like that, but film is like what really like emotionally connects me to other people and to stories and to events that I can't personally experience. And so I love being able to just like I said, just learn about other people's stories and experiences and just feel things. Like when I watch a movie, I watch movies that make me feel something. Like some people, and there's no shade, but some people, they just want to go watch a movie and be entertained for a couple hours. And to be honest, that's not my personal like philosophy going into it. I want to feel something. I would much rather, cry in a movie than sit and listen to like forced jokes during a comedy movie or something like that.
Yeah.
So you want like every time you go into a movie theater to have some like interstellar type shit happen to you while you're sitting there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that movie fucked me up. Like
that was a good one.
I never watched it. I watched it at a friend's house, and I'm like, and then I rewatched it again because like I gotta watch this again because I wasn't like full. Because they kept like hyping it up, and I was like, whatever. So I was like half paying attention until the end, and then I was like, fucking locked in.
I remember that. You were on your phone for like the first like 2/3 of the movie.
Yeah, I was like, whatever, you guys are hyping this movie. Wait, like Matthew McConaughey plays the same character in every movie. I wasn't like, whatever. And so, and then I like the ending hit me, and so I had to go back, and I like, I shit you know, I was sitting there thinking about life and like, what the fuck?
Yeah, those are my favorite. Those are my favorite kinds of experiences. That yeah. Go ahead.
How do you feel like? No, I
yeah. Okay, fine. I can go.
How do you feel about like the pandemic? Like movie theaters have already like they've been declining over the years as streaming has bumped up, but like over the course of the pandemic, all the theaters were closed, and so then now you got all these movies releasing like straight to the streaming platforms and stuff. And I was just wondering, like, your take, like, do you like that, or are you like one of those guys? It's just different watching it like in the movie theater, like having the surround sound,
it's so different, man. It's not just, I mean, a good part of it is like the quality of the picture, the sound, but also like for me, cinema can be like a communal experience. And so there have been times when, I can specifically remember movies where, I don't know, man, you can just feel like there's like a tangible feeling of like everybody being on the edge of your seat, or everybody like going through it emotionally. You can hear people sobbing. And I love that, man. I love that, like I said, that communal experience of just feeling something and experiencing something together. It's just like, it's kind of like if you go to like a theme park and you're on a roller coaster, it's not going to be as fun if you're like alone. It's not going to be as fun if you're like watching a video of somebody on a roller coaster. You have to like experience that together and with other people and hear all the screams and people saying, "Oh my God," like whatever people say. So, so I love going to the movies. But that being said, you're right. The actual industry in and of itself is kind of on the decline. And that's why, like several years ago, you started seeing a lot of movie theaters get bars in them or restaurants, things that make it just like people want to go to it more. It's not just watching a movie. It's like kind of like going for like kind of like an experience. So yeah. But streaming's cool and all that, but you'll catch me in movie theaters for the rest of my life. Man,
I'm so glad to hear you say that, like somebody that likes film, because like obviously we're not into film as much as you are, but I fucking love the theater. Like I want to go to the movies. I don't want to be like, yo, come over to my house. It's dropping on Netflix in 2 hours. Like, no. It's like, meet me at the theater. Let's get some fucking popcorn and sit there.
Dude, I haven't been inside of a movie theater for like almost a year, I guess. Wait, no. We went to see the movie. Last movie I saw in theater was Tenet. I think that was the last major release.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really like that movie. Hurt my head a little.
That movie was like you're sitting there like, what the
the biggest thing was like that audio, man. That audio, you couldn't hear what it was.
I did not
in
know.
Tenet specifically.
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
know one character's name
Yeah,
except
I
for
know.
like Anton. I think it might have been Anton, the bad guy. I don't know.
In the
get that.
credits even he's listed as like the protagonist, the main character. So I don't know if he even has a name, but
No way.
I feel like he
I think
had a
so.
name,
Oh
but I
my
just
god,
couldn't
I'm
hear
getting
it.
flashbacks.
I honestly don't remember.
to-
I watched it twice, but the last time I watched it was months ago.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
remember any of the characters' names. Like, it wasn't like a memorable movie.
But
I think it's a very
yeah.
memorable movie.
It's very
But
memorable.
To me, like the
there's some
cast.
deep- I
Yeah.
thought the cast was great.
Really?
I
didn't care for
I
any of
love
them.
my boy Edward from Twilight, Robert Pattinson.
Bro, he gets
he-
clowned for the Twilight stuff.
I know, but
But
he's
first of all,
actually.
two things. One, what would you have done if you were thrown a ton of money when you were a teenager? And two, I think he spent the whole rest of his career acting in movies and really showing that he's not just a pretty face from a teenage franchise. He actually has lots
Well,
of talent.
he did
so.
he did like indie films for a while. Like he did The Lighthouse, which was insane. I recommend anybody to go watch that movie. That movie's really good. And now he's playing Batman, which I think is fucking sick because I think he's like the perfect fucking fit. Like I thought Christian Bale was good, but I think they might have took it step up
We'll
with
see.
Robert Pattinson.
I'm excited.
in there.
I'm excited. We'll see.
I'm very excited because DC's kind of doo doo, but we don't have to talk about that.
Yeah.
DCEU
have
is
to
kind of
end
doo
that.
doo.
Here's what I was gonna say. So, whenever you're talking about you like memory or movies that like make you feel, like that's kind of what I've started to realize, at least recently, is that, like I've been a lot more into like movies or shows that just make me feel. Like I don't like to be entertained. I think that's boring because I don't watch a lot of like TV or shows in general, but I think like when I do, it's always something that's an experience emotionally, and I think that's funny though because everyone like all those like Netflix shows, I feel like a lot of shows on Netflix that people tell you to watch are just like a comedy,
Yeah.
and I've never enjoyed those. I never enjoyed like comedy movies. I think that's why
I really
Same.
enjoyed Bad Trip. Have you seen that, JoJo?
Okay, I like
No.
Bad Trip because of how it's filmed. It's so different.
The way
Yeah.
that it's filmed with like only 4 main characters or like that are actors,
in the scene,
and then
the rest
everybody
are
else isn't an actor, not in on the entire movie.
What's your favorite movie?
I just love that.
Your favorite movie?
Dark Knight. The Dark Knight, easily favorite movie ever, or The Breakfast Club. Those two are interchangeable.
And those are I don't know about The Dark Knight. I'm not gonna lie.
The
but,
Dark Knight hits different, bro.
Well, it's like the experience, right? All like you think about your favorite movies and your most memorable movies you've ever watched, and they were all like really good experiences. At least for me. I think that's the case for most people, though.
Joel, what's your favorite movies? Let's hear it from the film god.
I know everyone that knows me has heard this a million times, but I have a holy trinity of favorite movies. In no particular order.
Okay.
And these all make me feel things. That's like the common theme. And they're kind of all about love, either overtly or not. So my first one is Good Will Hunting, classic. If y'all haven't seen it, I don't even know what streaming platform it's on. It's on one of them. Robin Williams, Matt Damon, incredible. Some of the like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck won best screenplay for that. And they were like some of the youngest to do it back in the day. It came out of nowhere. It was awesome. Yeah, that looked like the dialogue in that movie is just, it's so well written, it's so real, it's so great. Next is About Time. It's kind of like I wouldn't say it's like, I mean, I guess it's technically kind of like a sci-fi thing. It's about this family who the men can travel back in time in their own life. And so the main character, played by Domhnall Gleeson, he uses that to try and fall in love. And it's perfect, bro. It gets me every time. And so it kind of has like a rom-com feel for some of the movie, maybe about the first half of the movie. And then it really turns real kind of after that. And man, it's so good. The last one is the one I get clowned for the most. is M. Night Shyamalan's The Village. A lot of people hated on that movie, but I'll tell you what, it's goated, bro. So.
What was the name of that
only
one?
reason I know
The
that
Village.
movie gets clowned on is because M. Night Shyamalan gets clowned on like every
And
other movie he does.
Let me give you my brief explanation. So it was marketed very poorly. It was marketed as like a horror kind of movie. It's really not. There's like some scary scenes for sure, but it's about love. It's about innocence. It's about what you're willing to do for the people that you love. And of course, M. Night's known for like that twist at the end, and there is one. But that's never. He's so good at like making a film and having this thing like Signs is based on, it's like an alien invasion. But if you were to think about that movie, you would never think about the aliens because it's about the family, it's about faith. And so he does such a good job of like taking those common themes of, like love and innocence and family and faith and setting them against a backdrop that's kind of unexpected, and really, really driving his points home with like incredible characters and just incredible stories. So yeah, I would recommend everyone maybe give it another shot if you didn't like it the first time. And really, again, don't watch it as like, oh, I'm gonna watch this scary movie, because it's not that, and you'll miss it if that's what you're going for, if that's what you're like going into it thinking it's going to be.
You think that's why a lot of people didn't like it, just because they went in with the mindset of like, oh, this is a horror film.
Well, yeah,
this is a scary movie.
Yeah, you look at the marketing for it, and it was like, the new scary movie from M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah,
and I think people expect it to be that, and not a very, very touching film about, just like I said, love and innocence, and again, like, what you're willing to do to protect your family, and the lengths people will go to do that. So, and I think that movie, the reason why it's my favorite of his, and the reason why it's up there, is because those characters are so well written, and the actors are so good. So M. Night Shyamalan always gets the best out of his actors, and he picks legends like Adrian Brody, Joaquin Phoenix, Bryce Dallas Howard, Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, and they don't always play the type of characters that you think of. Like when you think of Samuel L. Jackson, you don't really think of Mr. Glass from Unbreakable. You might think of his roles in Django, or even like Star Wars or something. But yeah, he always gets the best out of his actors, and that's what, for me, he's my favorite filmmaker. That's for me what sets him apart, is like his stories, and because I want to connect with the character. Like if I'm not connecting with the story, if I'm not connecting with that performance on screen, I'm not in it. I'm not like into the film. I'm not really feeling it. So if those characters aren't believable, if I don't believe they're going through that situation, if I don't believe they have to make this decision, that's going to affect their whole life and the people around them, like it just doesn't hit for me.
Yeah.
So
quick question: Do you have any examples of really bad acting that like ruined a movie?
I don't know, man. I can't really, to be honest, this is going to sound really pretentious, and I don't mean it to. I really try not to waste my time on movies that I think are going to be bad or poorly acted.
Yeah.
So that's not to say that, just because I don't know the people in it doesn't mean it's going to be bad or anything like that. But yeah, I can't really think of like one that's like really taken me out of it. I mean, if
like, oh, this movie is gonna be gas.
Sorry to step on some toes, but like for me, like Star Wars, those movies are just not very good, in my opinion.
Star Wars,
especially
not acted good.
Like the original trilogy, if there was no nostalgia factor, that movie would have made no money, bro. Like it was like cool back in the day because it was like cutting edge technology. But if you were to like make that movie today, man, like those characters are not likable. There's nothing that makes me want to like root for these people. It's a story that we've heard over and over again, like the chosen one. the cast of characters that come out.
Characters are like likable because of the movies after. Like that's when you really get to like, you're like, oh, this is where they came from. This is why it's like that. Oh, I'm not just gonna root for that guy because the movie says he's the one, and then I don't know why he's the one or anything that has to do with it. It's just like,
yeah, it's just like I don't like Luke Skywalker. He's just, I don't like him, and the script is just, again, in my opinion, my humble opinion, it's just poorly written. The dialogue, I don't know. When I listen to it, I'm just like,
yeah, I've noticed
what?
that.
This
I'm
is
not
whack.
a fan of Star Wars,
but you're still gonna watch the newest Star Wars when it comes out, right?
I didn't even know there was a new one coming.
there's not a new one. It's over.
No,
Thank God.
like whenever there's like a new Star Wars movie in theaters, you'll
Oh.
go buy a ticket.
I'll say this. Rogue One was actually a good movie. And here's why. Because it was least. I'm sorry?
Which one was that?
That's with like Felicity Jones was in it.
That's how they get
It was the one
plans to
between
destroy
the Death Star. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how the.
So the reason
haven't
why
seen
that
it.
one was the best was because it was the least like the other ones.
Okay.
So that's, I mean, again, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I watched I think I watched episode 7, maybe I watched episode 8, and then I didn't even watch episode 9.
It's not
But I
worth
will
it.
say, I think, and it really just isn't about it being the newest ones. Those are the other, like behind Rogue One, like the newest 2, episodes 7 and 8. Like Rey and Kylo Ren, in my opinion, are like good characters. Do I care enough about their story to watch the episode 9? I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I think as far as like comparing those characters, like Luke Skywalker, whatever, Han Solo, Princess Leia, I mean, it's night and day for me as far as like the complexity of the character. And I definitely think that Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver and even like John Boyega, like they're all better actors than, you know, Mark Hamill, Harrison.
Yeah.
I mean, Harrison Ford has some good roles for sure. But I just don't think he's that good in that movie. So
Yeah.
Okay, so we got off on a little bit of a tangent, but what I was gonna ask you were talking about M. Night Shyamalan.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts on the Avatar movie?
I actually didn't see it because I never watched the show. So I didn't think it was worth it for me to watch the show. But the show has been recommended to me so much.
You should watch
I've just
the
never
show,
got around to it.
but never watch that movie. I don't care if he's your favorite never even touch that movie. Because I agree with everything else you said about him, like watching his other movies. Why they had him direct this movie, beyond me.
Well, I think he wanted to, because he was rumored to have been offered. I mean, I don't know. I guess if this is 100% true. Some of the last, I think maybe like the last 1 or 2 Harry Potter movies. And so I think he was excited about going, and because like if you watch his movies, none of them are like these crazy big productions. After Earth was, but that's Will Smith's movie. We can talk about that another time. But I think he wanted to do like a franchise like that where, he had a huge budget. Whereas if you look at like all the rest of his movies, it's just, it's not like a large scale, like superhero movie production or anything. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can tell that you're like extremely passionate about movies. I've probably never actually talked to somebody who goes into depth into like the movies that you've been talking about. Like I've never thought of it in the way about it. Do you like see your filmmaking like as a hobby, or would you want to take it to like the next level, like in the future? Like, is that where your passion lies? Like, would you want to do something along that as a job or something in the future?
Yeah, I mean, right now, it's just a hobby. Because I see like the SATO weekend that we have. Yes, we want to make a good one, like a good film. And it kind of like scratches that like creative itch that I have.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because I've never been, I guess, to get real, I've never been like super confident in my creative abilities. And I think doing it with my friends and like kind of getting that feedback and collaborating with them on ideas and just having them, because they know me and they know how my mind works, my creativity kind of works. It's really good doing that with them because I don't really fear rejection with them. I don't really fear like me creating something and it not being like good, because they're there to like make sure it's like the best it can be. And so but by myself I'm very insecure about things. So so yeah, man, I don't know. I would like to do something with future. I think it's in something interesting. But I just don't know, am I good enough to do that? I don't know.
Okay. Well, just listening to you like talk about like the movies, and you're like going through all these like intricate details and stuff about them, it just came to the top of my head, like maybe you should like launch a YouTube channel where you're like reviewing the latest releases. And like you're going into like, I can see you definitely as like a movie critic. I mean, you already are. You already are.
Just shits on everything.
Exactly. Not like a movie critic, but like one of those like online like YouTube reviewers, that because you do have the passions there, the personalities there. Obviously, super easy to talk to. You just met these two, and you're already on however long we've been going, and it feels fluid. So like you've already got all that, and I can tell you're passionate about it. I think if you wanted to do anything with it, you should do it. Like
opinionated videos.
Very
and like
opinionated.
like how you're talking about the Star Wars, like if you made a 30-minute video breaking this down, one, just because it has a Star Wars name, it's gonna pop off, and two, because
the controversy it is going to cause. You will go viral.
I feel like I'm not the only one doing that, though.
No,
I feel like there's
a lot of
being like, yo,
but you can do it
sucks.
better.
I'm sure there's a whole Reddit of like anti
Star
Wars.
Yeah,
there's gotta be a community.
I don't want to be seen as like whenever I talk about these things, or like when I clown on Marvel movies, for example. It's never because I'm like,
what?
Stop.
Okay, this is a different episode, bro. It's never like, oh, I'm looking down upon you if you enjoy them, but just for me, from like I'm not out here like insanely educated about the history of film or the intricacies of this and that. But just from my critical perspective, I do not enjoy those movies. I don't think they're good. But if you like them, I'm happy for you. And I'm happy that if you like any other movie I hate, if you like that and, you feel seen or you feel known, you see yourself in those characters, that's great. It just ain't for me. And the same like the Marvel movies, it's like, if you just want to be entertained and if you really feel connected to the story of Captain America, you go right ahead. This life's too short to not watch things that you don't enjoy or whatever. But it just ain't for me. But it's never for me. I'm not like making fun of people that like them per se. It's just like, I don't like them because I don't connect with them. It's not what I'm looking for when I watch movies. So
not everybody's gonna connect with the same movies.
And that's a great thing about
people have different reasonings.
People
come from different backgrounds, so they're gonna like have different perspectives on things. They're gonna like different things. That's just how it is. So
that is art in general. Like I hate country. I hate the Marvel movies. I hate Star Wars.
I hate country.
Like,
country, Marvel.
Nah.
Well, that's like, I don't like rap music. Like, and that's extremely with that being like the popular thing. I'm very excluded when I have the aux, or nobody wants to give me the aux.
Interesting.
No, actually, Sean, you have got me like hooked on, I don't even know what kind of style music you listen to, but you have like, they're like in my head every time I'm in
someone else. Like that song, Someone Else.
No, like all the songs he plays, they're all like kind of along the same line. They're all very similar.
TikTok boy, like the e-boy TikTok.
I'm not even gonna lie, dude. Jaden slaps. I don't care that he's from TikTok. He's got just a different style of music that I think is refreshing, especially with ever since 2015. It's been me goes out the ass. That's literally what everybody sounds like to me when I listen to rap. Once again, no offense.
What music do you like? I feel like I'm gonna guess classical.
Are you talking to me?
No,
Yeah.
I already
Classical.
I already know the answer to this question, and it's gonna shock you. It's gonna shock you.
It's gonna shock me.
I'll just give you some of my favorite artists, and you can judge me from there. My all-time favorite music artist is Kanye West.
Let's go.
And clown me all you want. Coldplay's up there for me. Classic after classic album. And same with Kanye. And then I love Sufjan Stevens. That is Sufjan Stevens.
I don't know who that
He's let's see, I'm trying to think of I guess the most one of the most notable things he's done is he made an album about Michigan, which is where he's from, and then he also made one about Illinois, and it has to do like a lot of the history of like the states, and so that like he gained popularity because everyone's like, oh my gosh, he's gonna make an album for all 50 states, you know. Mm-hmm. And he didn't, and that was never in the books for him. He also did like some songs for that movie Call Me by Your Name that came out a few years ago. But yeah, he makes all different kinds of music, and he has different sounds, and you can see kind of like how you can see with Kanye's discography, like his artistic evolution. It's the same with Sufjan Stevens, where you'll have like a very like electronic based album, and then you'll next thing you know he releases like whatever 50 song Christmas song album full of like old hymns, and then so yeah, he's all over the place like artistically, and it's incredible. So yeah, Sufjan Stevens, very, very good. So
I have one last question
music, so yeah,
that I want to ask you that goes back to film, because I've been wanting to ask this
Can I ask this music question first?
Okay, yeah, ask the music question.
What do you think of Tyler,
the creator?
Creator?
I'm not super. I love Igor, but to be honest, I haven't listened to a lot of his other stuff.
Because you said Kanye, and I like Kanye the same reason I like Tyler. It's just like how they like evolve with their music, and it's super artistic. In my opinion, I think it's super artistic.
I love how experimental they are.
Yeah.
I mean, not to be that Kanye stan, but I mean, you look at what he's done, and that's how the rap and like pop music in general has evolved. So like, when Graduation was coming out, like the gangster rap era, because he and 50 Cent released their album at the same time, and when Graduation sold more and everything, like that kind of killed that off. Not that like no one makes that music anymore.
Yeah.
But that's not the main thing. And so even like you look at like 808s and Heartbreak, half the rappers you see nowadays would be like, yo, 808s was it. Like there'd be no Drake without 808s. And so even like him pushing the envelope every single album, like Yeezus is my favorite Kanye album, and that's like unlike any album I've ever even heard.
Yeah.
And again, he's always pushing the boundaries, pushing the envelope, pushing his artistic expression. And the reason why it's so good is because there's always a story. There's always an overarching narrative. So like you like Life of Pablo, Yeezus, Dark Twisted Fantasy, even like Ye and KSG, like there's always a story, and that's what makes it so good. So love that.
Here's my hot take on Kanye.
Oh god,
that man's a fucking marketing genius, and that's the only reason why I think his music is
there
fun.
You go.
I'm 100%. This man is always in the news.
I ain't doing it.
Whenever his album's coming out.
This is bait. This is bait.
This is bait.
I'm telling you right now, and I appreciate him for it, but I'm telling you right now, this man is a marketing wizard.
I mean, hey, I
think he's very good at marketing,
he's a creative genius. That's not the reason why.
I just think.
Ask your movie question. I ain't talking about
that
right now.
My movie question. I'll go back to my movie question. So, like, I think this is like the second day I ever met you. We were just talking about like getting to know each other type stuff. And you told me that you wanted, like, one of your big things you wanted to do was to adapt this book into a movie. And I forgot the book title, but you were like super passionate about it. So I'd like to hear you talk about that again, because I thought that was super interesting.
Yeah. So it was like the end of last year. I read I originally read this book. It's John Steinbeck's The Moon is Down. I originally read it when I was in high school, and so I read it again. I found it at a used bookstore. Like I said, like end of last year, and I was like, "Yo, this has so much potential to be something great, to be a great movie." And so the Steinbeck estate, since he's died, I mean, for 30, 40 years ago, they've been in legal battles the whole. Who gets the money? Who has creative rights over this? And so there hasn't been an adaptation of a Steinbeck novel into a movie or a play or anything in decades. But I think the Supreme Court this year or last year finally ruled that they're like, yo, we're not hearing any more of this. And so now, because there's been screenplays and things have been in pre-production, like movies have, and they just can't be made because they can't decide on who can decide if this movie can even be made, or again, who's going to get the money from this. Yeah. So I started. I was like, I want to make this into a screenplay because I want to do something creative, and I didn't get to do SATO last year, and so I'm like, this is gonna be great. And so I'm still in the early stages, to be honest, but I'm very, very excited.
You started.
So I've started doing. So I read the book, and then I'm reading through it again, and I'm taking really detailed notes. So there's like scenes that I've written out. There's notes I've written down of because it's a pretty short book. It's like 120 pages.
Oh,
and so
really?
in order for that to be like a feature length film, I'm going to have to add a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And so where I'm at now is I'm really trying to think about what can I add that is going to stay true to the characters, that's going to stay true to John Steinbeck's vision and the story. And because I'm not here to just add all this crazy shit just to add crazy shit for
and
Hollywood.
ruin the story. You wouldn't want to ruin this. A lot of movies are completely different from the book, and it's that wasn't what I read.
So it's what scenes, what can I add that will add to the story but not take away from his original creative vision and the original meaning of it thing. So I'm still, like I said, my goal is to have it done by the end.
But I haven't this year.
But I haven't worked on it a ton this calendar year. I just haven't found the motivation. I've been a little depressed lately, TBH. So this year, I actually had a conversation with my roommate last week, and he was like, "Bro, every creative person's gone through this. You just need to fucking do it. You just need to sit down and do it because there's always going to be an excuse to not do it." And it's funny enough, dude, the next day, this is the last thing I'm rambling, I know. M. Night Shyamalan actually tweeted the next day. He's working on his movie right now. He's a movie, and he's also working on a TV show for Apple. It's in its 3rd season called Servant. So he directs some of those episodes, he writes a bit, he produces it. And he was talking about, M. Night Shyamalan, 30 years of filmmaking experience. He was hailed as the next Steven Spielberg at the beginning of his career. He's made, over $1 billion in box office. He's like, is this going to be good? I have those thoughts in my mind of, are people going to like this? Am I good enough for this? And so that really got me motivated that all of the people that do these creative things, even if they're the top of the game, they're always going to have those second thoughts that they're not going to be good enough, or it's not going to be good, or people aren't going to like it, people aren't going to connect with it. And so that inspired me to really start, kind of start having more of a game plan and setting more time aside to be intentional with working on it. So like I said, I hope to have that done by the end of the year, and I don't know where it's going to go from there. I don't know if I need to get in. I'm not gonna go out and hire an agent. Your boy doesn't have money for that. But
hey, we'll keep marketing you on here for all 100 years.
I'll let y'all know when it's done for sure.
Yeah. Oh, what book was it again? One more time.
It's called The Moon is Down by John Steinbeck. It's about a World War I town that gets taken over by the Germans. So and it's really easy to read. You can read it too. It's really short. So
Well,
That's awesome,
I
though.
really like that for you because, like we said, we can tell you're super passionate about it.
Yeah.
So if you ever need motivation, think back to this podcast because I think we would all tell you to just fucking do it.
Yeah,
Do
y'all are
it.
so kind. Yes, thank
So,
you.
like,
Appreciate it.
please,
Yeah.
I'm
like,
telling
please
you,
do it.
make a channel and put your opinions out there.
Bro,
Just
people,
do it.
my friends don't even want to hear my opinions, bro.
Hey, fuck them.
We-
We want to
we
hear
got
your
it.
opinions.
We got it.
But yeah, how long have we been going? We've been going for a while,
For an
actually. I
hour.
I've been
think.
going for about an hour, yeah.
Yeah, I think time to wrap it up.
All right.
That was awesome, though. Our
Yeah.
first
Thank y'all for
guest, that
having
was
me.
great.
That's great.
Like
Damn, bro.
you definitely
This is my first
exceeded
time.
expectations. Yeah, like you were great.
First guest as well.
First guest.
I
and I
always
think
have that, bro.
set
I'll
the
never
bar.
forget it now. If I make it big, bro, I'm gonna point to this video, and then people are gonna be like, "That's where he got his start, bro."
That's where
Yeah.
you started.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, but you set the bar extremely high for any
Yeah.
of our next like guests. So thank you very much for coming
Thank you.
on. Like
Thank
we
you so
appreciate
much
it.
for having me, guys.
It was
Like,
nice
we're
to meet
so-
you, man.
Yes, nice to meet y'all too.
Shout out your socials.
If
I
you
don't even know
want,
if you
if
want
you
to.
want,
that.
like,
If
yeah,
you
I
want
don't
that.
think you.
I mean, I don't really use like my socials for like my movie stuff or whatever, just like personal stuff.
Wait, can we
Um,
shout out your like SATO, like what you guys are going under? So like if people
Yeah, what's
go
your
and
name?
watch it, they like
Bro,
know
I don't
which one you
even know
made.
what the name is gonna be, to be honest with you.
We'll talk about it.
We
We'll
might
talk
do.
about
We'll
We might
probably have
do.
you on again so you can talk about it then.
Dude, I'd be honored, bro. But yeah, we'll be doing SATO this year, and it's gonna be it's next weekend, or hold on, not this weekend, but next. I don't know when this episode's coming out, but it's like mid April, and so then they're gonna be showing at the Moxie at the beginning of May. So if y'all want to
Okay.
come out,
Oh, dude, I'm coming.
definitely
I don't
have
know.
to do
I don't
that.
know about them, but I'm definitely coming.
dude,
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
hooked me.
I
You've
love that,
hooked
bro.
me.
Yeah.
thank
I
you.
want to support.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But thank you so much for coming on. You
Yeah,
were
guys.
great.
Great.
Fucking
Yes.
amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any last words?
Damn, man, I don't know.
Like
I'm on the spot.
motivation
I was
for
like,
people?
This is like my first award. And I'm at the Oscar. I'm like,
We're just prepping you
Yeah.
I
for the
don't know.
future.
Just find what you love to do and just do it. Fuck
There
the
you
guys,
go.
bro.
Simple.
Yeah.
Just do
Simple.
it, bro.
Love it.
Yeah. Anyway, well, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it so
Yeah.
so
Oh,
much.
of course.
Awesome
Thanks
to
for
meet
coming on.
y'all. So
Yeah.
Who's
All right.
closing?
It's
Who's
Sean.
closing?
I guess I'll close. All right.
Yeah.
See you, pussies.